Anyway, Miss Jed, nabanggit mo na hanggang ngayon, hindi mo alam kung buhay pa o patay na ang iyong asawa? Hanggang ngayon, hindi mo alam?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Wilkins, alam mo ba na patay na si Alan E?
Mr. Chair, wala siya doon sa laboratory when the time was when we raided the laboratory, Mr. Chair.
So hindi mo rin alam kung buhay
Hindi
siya?
ko alam, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So, ayan, Miss Jet, narinig mo ang sinabi ni Director Wilkins na hindi rin niya alam kung buhay o patay ang asawa mo?
Opo, Your Honor. Actually, kung pwede pa akong magsalita, sabi ko nga, sa 20 years, I was able to accept na God has a purpose. Kung buhay man si Alan C. or patay, gusto ko na sana matahimik na po ito, Your Honor. Kasi nagsuffer na po ako ng 20 years, yung anak ko. Di ba kanina sabi nga ng ma-decided na may finality na po yung kaso namin. Wala na akong magawa eh. Pero siguro tama yung sinasabi sa Bible na Proverbs 13:23 na for lack of justice there is waste. May waste talaga. Kasi yung buhay namin ng kami, magkapatid. Supposedly hindi kami nagpapagasto sa gobyerno sa pagkain, sa rasyon, sa kulungan. Siguro mas productive po yung pag nasa labas. Pero sa nangyari, anyway, sabi ko nga, wala na kaming magawa. Tapos na eh. 20 years, hindi ganun kadali. Pero with God's grace po, He has a purpose at naging makabuluhan ang buhay ko sa kulungan. At yun ang pinapapasalamat ko. Sana po, bigyan na po ng peace ito kasi parang useless din, Your Honor. Dahil hindi na po maibabalik lahat ng na-damage sa buhay ko.
Salamat po sa inyong attitude. Ilan taon pa po kayo sa kulungan?
Ano?
Ilan taon pa po kayo sa kulungan? Nakawala na ba kayo o ano ba? Ang status nyo ngayon?
Actually po, Your Honor, as far as I know po, I have already served the maximum sentence po. Kasi nga, with the GCTA po, nagpapasalamat po sa Panginoon dahil nga, meron yung bagong yata batas. I was able to avail ng GCTA. So from jail, sa tulong ni God, I was able to maintain yung good attitude ko sa jail until sa correctional. And I am even the trustee mula sa jail hanggang sa correctional at ito ay pinapasalamatan ko dahil it's a privilege. Privilege lang po ito. And siguro nga, sabi ko nga, may purpose si God. At sa ngayon, sana, I would like to take this opportunity to speak if I may be allowed by this honorable committee na sana po, mabigyan na po ng pansin yung hinihiling ko ng kalayahan, pati yung kapatid ko. Kasi 3 years old pa po yung anak ko, mag-23 na. Ang hirap i-explain sa kanya kung bakit hanggang ngayon nandito pa rin kami ng kapatid ko.
Ang iyong kapatid na convicted.
Opo, Your Honor. Nasa Dapicol po siya.
Kumusta na po siya ngayon?
Sa awa ng Diyos nga, Your Honor, both of us,
Wala rin din po siyang kasalanan.
Pareho po kami, Your Honor. I will speak for my brother kasi kilala ko siya.
Kumusta yung anak ninyo ngayon?
Sa ngayon po, masasabi ko siguro sa tulong ni God, I tried to explain to her na God has a purpose. She must be strong. Sabi ko sa kanya, medyo nasaktan lang siya talaga. Dahil nga ito sa nangyari ngayon, bakit naungkat na naman ito? Dahil tapos na nga. Tumahimik na nga yung buhay ko sa 20 years sa kulungan. Bakit ito? Pero siguro, baka ito yung opportunity na sana mapansin na makauwi na rin kami ng kapatid ko. At para na rin kung okay lang po na. Marami po sa mga kasamahan ko sa kulungan na baka kasi itong body na to, I am praying for this body, hindi lang sa yung lawmakers ng Philippines na enlighten po kayo kasi ang daming, siguro, yung 20 years ko sa kulungan na nakita ko na baka mabigyan nyo rin ng pansin, lalo na po yung matatanda na namamatay na lang doon, sobra na ng 20 years, hindi pa nakakalaya. Yun lang po sana maano ko na, sana hindi lang po ako, mabigyan ng pansin po yung mga nakakulong.
Mr. Wilkins, alam ko po na mahirap din ang inyong kalagayan. Ano po? Pero alam nyo, tulad ng testimony po ni Ms. Jed, kung totoo po yung sinasabi niya, you are guilty of human rights violation. Kung totoo yung sinasabi niya, Mr. Wilkins. Tama ho ba ako?
I don't think so, Mr. Chair.
Sabi ko, kung totoo ang sinasabi niya, you are guilty of human rights violation.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
You are. Correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Kung totoo yung sinasabi
Kung totoo,
Yes,
you
Mr.
are guilty
Yes,
of
Mr.
human
Chair.
rights violation. Sasabihin ko sa iyo, kung totoo ang sinasabi niya, hindi ka na makakatulog mamayang gabi.
Mr. Chair, 20 years yan, Mr. Chair. Kitang-kita ko sa mga video.
Hindi ko na kinakailangan pang explanation mo, Mr. Wilkins. Mr. Chair, gusto ko naman tanungin po itong, I'm so glad that Ms. Fortune is with us today. Dr. Fortune, ano po, you have done a lot of forensics, no? Sa mga biktima po ng extrajudicial killings, no? So, we'd like to find out kung ano yung findings niyo po sa kanila.
Good afternoon, Your Honors, Mr. Chair. I have been in practice in the Philippines as a forensic pathologist for almost 30 years. And yes, I have seen time and again the so-called victims of extrajudicial killings. And lately, I have been busy with the victims or the deaths during the war on drugs from 2016 onwards. I have seen some autopsies, and I am now in the process of examining skeletal remains as well. I have seen other deaths involving, allegations of drug use even before 2016. I'm still seeing victims of activists, red tag, people, environmentalists, allegedly killed by the military as well. So I have seen.
Dr. Fortune, how many victims have you autopsied so far as the war on drugs is concerned?
Autopsied, this was 2016 to 2019. I saw about 30 cases.
30.
Exhumations, 2016 onwards, we have been exhuming because it's been 5 years and they were buried in public cemeteries and the families could not afford extending the lease. I have been doing this with AJ Kalinga Foundation through Father Flavi, and some other parties have approached me. So in total, I have seen 114 exhumed cases.
Dr. Fortune, in all of those that you have autopsied, ano po ang findings nyo? For example, like they have been killed. Nanlaban po ba sila o they were just killed without even, lumaban o talaga nanlaban?
In all of these cases, the best is you do homicide investigation, which is basic, which generally had not been done in the shootings. You would want to, what we call, reconstruct the shooting. What is the body saying, the victim, the dead victim, the other evidence, the scene, versus, as you say, what are the allegations of those who are living, those who did the killing. And in many situations, I am not able to do this because I just see the body already embalmed, sometimes examined, autopsied, with very little crime scene information. I don't have the clothes, I don't have the bullets, although some I have seen. In other words, I am not able to work with a team, which is how it should be. But in answer to your question, nanlaban ba sila o hindi, sometimes it is obvious that these people are restrained. So there are marks of restraint.
What do you mean restraint, Dr. Fortune?
They are cuffed. Okay? That's one. And this...
Were they tortured first before they were killed?
The word torture implies that they were made to suffer before they were killed. We don't necessarily use that in our final determination, but well, I have seen some with injuries that were apparently before they were killed, but this is a case very memorable to me, but not necessarily involving drugs. This was Mr. Randall Echanis. So, but the issue again of did they fight back, and therefore they had to be shot. That is very common statement of police. In fact, there seems to be a template of how they had to fight back. But if you look at police procedures in other countries, the police are not supposed to kill. And if they do there should be a very science-oriented, objective, independent investigation, which doesn't happen here. Again, back to your question, did they fight back or not? I have seen some cases with apparent what we call defense-type injuries. Sometimes the bullet is still embedded here, or you have through and through gunshot wounds. I'm seeing that. I saw that in some of my autopsies and in some of the skeletal remains I am examining. But really, how do you determine what happened? It's totality of evidence, and unfortunately, many times I do not have access to that, Your Honor.
Thank you very much, Senator Fortune.